Hi, my name's Cherese. I'm one of the founders of Semicolon. My mental health began back in 2012, my journey, where I didn't actually think that I was actually suffering with mental health. I just thought I was just feeling off, maybe a bad day, and then the days just got worse and worse and worse. Where it started where I felt senses of worthlessness, that I was useless, I wasn't good at anything, I lost a lot of confidence. That then overspilled into my performing, into whenever I was going out singing. And then I started then losing my confidence on stage, forgetting words, and not just genuinely being myself and being the bubbly Cherese that I would have always have been. So I started recognising these signs, and they did get worse, where it just came to the stage where I felt numb, raw. I just didn't feel myself at all. I would have just lay in bed for days, weeks, not been able to function, not been able to do anything, losing a lot of memory, losing just a lot of me. Just started slowly chipping away from who I was as a person. I didn't feel that I could do anything about it because it was just like a roller coaster ride, and I couldn't get off. And then I started getting thoughts of not wanting to be here anymore, and I just felt really exhausted and tired, where I couldn't be, taking day-to-day life is the way day-to-day life does come to you, and you're able to deal with it, but I wasn't able to deal with it anymore. And just life situations were just, in my head, so catastrophic, where I couldn't deal with the pressures of it all, and I just didn't want to be here. Not wanting to get into too much of the bad stuff that did go on, but I just couldn't deal with it, and I just didn't want to be here. So whenever I was lying in bed, I was just thinking of ways of how to end my life, unfortunately. I just couldn't see any light at the end of the tunnel. So I got worse and worse, and then it ended up where I ended up having to get hospital admissions. And over the 10 years, I ended up being hospitalised about 50 times for my own good and for my own well-being, to keep me here. But it was a long road. I tried several medications. I tried doing everything that everybody was expecting of me to do, but it was never ever working. And those suicide attempts got more and more and more evident. I tried probably about 5-6 times, whereas I was resuscitated by 3 or 4 times. It's not a nice road, and you're maybe lying in bed, and it just feels like the whole world's just on top of your shoulders, and it's just not a nice feeling, and your mind's just going round and round like a washing machine. But in one of my hospital admissions, I was always, the caring type of person, and I would have always helped others that were going through the same sort of situation that I was going through. And I was always just being that wee mummy person and helping them. And I was always giving them good sound advice, but never took that advice on board myself. But it just got to that stage where I just couldn't go on feeling like this anymore, and I knew I had to put an end to it. And there was a lot of other wee sort of situations that helped me get on the road to recovery. I did then start going back to singing again. I started singing for friends, just slowly but surely building up that repertoire back up and confidence back up for myself. And then I started doing those things that I was telling other people to do to help them with their mental health, like speaking into the mirror and saying that you are enough, and motivational speaking more or less than anything. So it started to work, and day by day I started picking myself back up again. And I'm in 5 years of recovery now, where I'm off medication completely, where I would only need my sleep medication, but that would be the only thing, because that's still one of the side effects that I would still have with my mental health. I would need sleeping medication. But other than that, the bubbly Cherese is back, and I'm here to stay. And I just want to let you know, in my darkest days, people were always saying to me, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm here and proof. From 2012 to we're now 2024, that's 12 years, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Please speak out. And always remember that there's always a root to the problem and why you're feeling the way you are feeling. And if you can get to that bottom of that root, that's the answer. So Semicolon really started for me as part as my recovery. where I was using semicolon as my voice to reach out to that person that is suffering today with their mental health and giving them something to normalise it with. Because I always found that if you normalise it and you talk about it and get it off your chest, that will help. And it is good to talk. So please go to your doctor. Please go to any health professional, even phone Lifeline or any other sort of health providers that are out there. There's a lot of other sort of charities out there that are willing to offer a lot of counselling services. Back in my day, they weren't so evident, but now today they are doing an amazing job. They're next to none, and they're helping people. Come and check out our website at www.semicolonshow.com. We've also got about 16, 17 charities on board there, all signposted. You can come along onto the website and you will get help there. Plus you'll get to see what we guys are all about and the message that we're sharing about Semicolon. Semicolon is an organisation raising awareness about all the different forms of mental health that everybody is suffering. Everybody suffers at home. I would say there's not one person today that is not suffering with some sort of form of mental health. And it can present itself in all different ways. And that's what we're about with the Semicolon Show, where we raise awareness to that the mental health is not just about depression and lying in the bed and all the worries and anxieties of what's going on in your life. It's all about raising awareness to eating disorders, domestic violence, bullying, social media, and PTSD, menopause, the list goes on. And we are really just using songs from stars and singers that actually suffered with their mental health, and they were trying to speak to us through their lyrics. And Semicolon, the way we have done it is a unique way to showcase that, to say that these that it is okay to talk, and these stars were suffering with their mental health. But it just doesn't stop there with Semicolon. Semicolon is now starting up with workshops, starting up with different programmes to reach out to every branch, every avenue that is suffering with mental health. And it's like a vessel. And we want to reach out to every person that is suffering out there and try and use music in a unique way to try and help with your mental health. It has been proven, studies have been proven, that music does improve your mental health, and music is the only thing that stimulates the entire brain, your neurons, the muscles, the receptors, everything. Music is the only one that really gives it a wee kickstart that you need.